Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times celebs humiliated themselves on game shows. For this list, we'll be looking at the cringiest answers and most embarrassing moments from celebrity quizzes and competition shows. Number 10. Pirate DVDs. Catchphrase was a beloved British quiz show back in the 80s and 90s. It was revived in 2013, this time with celebrity contestants. The aim of the game is to guess the idiom depicted on screen, although nowadays the title is maybe stretching it a bit. There are only so many catchphrases in existence after all.
So what are they?
In this episode, the expression the contestants were looking for was pirate DVDs.
Pirate videos. Pirate DVDs? I mean, what?
We have to take your first answer, Jimmy.
Comedian Jimmy Carr just missed the mark with his first answer. If his competitors had been paying attention, they would have been quids in.
Pirate CDs.
Instead, we got a comedy of errors that had the host banging his head against the wall.
Pirate movies.
Number 9. Name the British monarch. Now and again, a quiz show contestant will give an answer so clearly wrong that you wonder whether they were even listening to the question. Whether it's down to brain freeze or just a gap in the general knowledge, a comically bad answer always makes great TV. In 2014, Tipping Point Lucky Stars paired up X Factor winner Sam Bailey with Corrie actress Hayley Tamaddon.
Which monarch was on the British throne at the beginning of the 20th century?
I'm going to pass it.
Okay.
When it came to a question about the British monarchy, Sam swiftly passed it on. She could have taken a guess though.
I'm sorry, Ben,
Okay.
I don't know.
We need a monarch.
Is it Margaret Thatcher?
The singer might not have had the answer ready, but we're assuming she knew that Margaret Thatcher was never the Queen of England.
Margaret Thatcher. No!
Number 8. Monty Panesar on Mastermind. To be fair to Monty Panesar, Mastermind is one of the more difficult celebrity quiz shows, so props to him for giving it a go.
Oh, gosh.
Well, sort of. The former international cricketer gave a respectable performance in the specialist subject round, then it all fell apart. Put on the spot by John Humphreys, Panesar had the despairing look of a man who hadn't done his homework. After the first few questions, he'd clearly given it all up for a loss.
In what 97 film do a group of unemployed men in Sheffield become strippers for a night at their local working men's club?
The Dream Boys.
The Full Monty.
At least we got some entertaining answers before he started saying, I don't know.
The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Kimberlite, an igneous rock named after the South African city of Kimberley, is a rich source of what? Very precious stones.
Dunno. Pass.
Number 7. Katherine Ryan's mathematical mistake. There's nothing humiliating about messing up the numbers round on Countdown. It's meant to be difficult.
I totally got it. In your face, Jason. In your face. And you got all this practice counting all the kids you got.
However, before you boast about your correct answer, you should probably make sure you've done the maths right. Comedian Katherine Ryan appeared on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown back in 2017. When it came to the number crunching, she was so confident that her sums would pass muster that she was already congratulating herself. Cut to Rachel Riley, who knew from the start that something wasn't right.
Is 364. What?
In fact, it was all wrong. For enthusiasm though, Katherine gets top marks.
No points for anyone. Rachel, could it be done?
I only found 2 ways.
Number 6. Name a type of bean. Family Fortunes has always been a treasure trove of bizarre and hilarious answers. It must be something about the time pressure.
I know we're friends, but we're not that close. Sorry.
Our favourite faux pas from the celebrity series has to be this classic from Brian Dowling. The Irish TV presenter and Ultimate Big Brother winner gave an unusual answer to a question about beans.
Name a type of bean. Baked bean. Another answer. Lesbian.
Was he trying to get a laugh? Maybe. but we hope not. A, because it's for charity, and B, because it's much funnier if he wasn't. Presenter Vernon Kay could barely hold it together, and Brian stopped giggling long enough to look abashed.
Name a type of bean. You said... Don't... Lovely one.
Number 5. Bring on the Wall. Who remembers Hole in the Wall? This short-lived series was based on the Japanese game show Human Tetris. Minor celebs were squeezed into unforgiving silver lycra and protected with helmets and knee pads.
Bring on the wall!
The aim was to contort themselves into unnatural positions in order to get through the eponymous hole in the wall. If they couldn't manage it, they got knocked into a pool. The panicked scramble to try and imitate the shape almost always ended in disaster, and the celebs spent most of their time in the water. It wasn't very dignified, but it did look like fun. Number 4. The worst final chase ever.
David.
Green.
Red. What nationality was the first woman in space?
David.
Celebrities on the chase definitely get an easier ride than the general public. As the money's going to charity, the questions tend to be simpler, and the chaser will often go easy on them. Or that's what it looks like anyway.
What type of snack is a custard cream?
Layla. Cake.
Biscuit.
Still, that doesn't mean they're guaranteed a shot at the money. In this episode from 2014, boxer David Hay and actress Layla Morse were the only contestants left to play the final chase.
Well, we've done all right.
They were clearly out of their depth. After a succession of wrong answers, Anne Hegarty got her turn. Not even the chaser's leisurely replies and suspicious missteps could save this pitiful pair. Looks like the pressure was too much for them.
He's wrong.
Number 3. Harry Redknapp leaves with nothing. Just like the chasers, you sometimes get the sense that quiz show hosts are willing their contestants to do well. When the presenter knows the answer and the quizzer clearly doesn't, the internal struggle can be plain to see. In this episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jeremy Clarkson's usual smugness is tempered by a clear desire to give Harry Redknapp a hint. We may know who played Rambo, and so does Clarkson.
I'm not sure whether it's Mel Gibson or Bruce Willis.
Redknapp, however, hasn't been to the cinema since the 60s and is therefore completely clueless.
I'm struggling here to find the right words.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I would have known that.
Sadly, the ex-football manager couldn't read the room. He fell at the £500 mark and went home without a penny.
In all the time I've been hosting this show, 4 years, with absolutely nothing at all.
Number 2. Everyone involved in Apocalypse Wow.
Darlings, don't be.
Over the last decade, a new type of celebrity has been born, the jobbing reality star. These Z-listers bounce between celebrity versions of dating shows, reality shows, and game shows until it's hard to remember why they were originally famous. Some of them even become national treasures. If you're resorting to Apocalypse Wow though, it's probably time to get a real job. The Guardian called this show the worst thing you will ever see with your eyes, and we're inclined to agree. Cash-strapped celebs are led into a torture dome where they have to battle it out in physical challenges. At the end of the show, the loser is put in a human piñata and beaten with implements. It's all a bit weird.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 1. Celebrity Weakest Link, Class of 2017. In 2017, 7 celebs took part in a special charity version of The Weakest Link to raise money for children in need. It's not nice to mock such a charitable endeavour, but this was a total shambles.
I know, and I can't think of it.
Chizzy and Ryland didn't have a bad run, but everyone else let the pressure turn their brains to mush. Anne Robinson is a scary character, but some of these answers are even more frightening.
In English folklore, which heroic outlaw has a group of companions known as his merry men?
No, I don't have a clue, I'll be honest. Pass.
Love Island winner Kem starts shaking his head before he's even heard the question, and celebrity chef Rosemary Schwager just went totally to pieces.
In the 2017 World Athletics Championships, the men's 10,000 metres was won by the British runner Mo who?
Mo.
Let's hope that this giant collective brain freeze isn't reflective of their actual IQ or of society as a whole.
Rylan, in heraldry, the national coat of arms used by Australia features a shield held by a kangaroo and which flightless bird?
Pelican.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojoUK and subscribe for more great content.